I legally made $18,000 loss disappear. Our client is the insurer of the forwarder's liability. Imagine you break a $20,000 medical equipment. It is a total loss. Client is screaming. The consignee is furious. But instead of panicking, I pick up the calculator, do 10 seconds of math, and turn this 20,000 debt into 1,700. I'm your cargo damage detective. Let's open the file. The cargo, an electronic microscope, high-tech and sensitive. The problem? When it arrived, the consignee opened the doors and found a disaster. The microscope had multiple mechanical damages and had experienced physical stress. The client thinks game over. The carrier took over the cargo with no remarks and delivered it damaged. So I go to inspect the cargo and found something that makes every surveyor cry. Bubble wrap inside and polyethylene outside. That's all. No crate, no carton, no hard shell, no lashing guys to secure the cargo somehow. There was no transport packaging at all. Since there is the liability insurance, we cannot apply cargo clauses. We had just a 20,000 scientific instrument wrapped like a sandwich for delivery, thrown into the back of a truck for hundreds of kilometers. It couldn't be lashed down because the tension of the straps would crush it. It couldn't be blocked because the weird shape. It was literally destined to break. You see, it's very important the supplier to arrange transport packaging. Considering it was a sensitive medical equipment, it had to be done. Transport packaging would ensure the cargo to be lashed and secured properly. In addition, the transport packaging makes cargo handling operations easier, faster, and more safe. It would protect the cargo from physical stresses, from the accelerations during road transit. It would protect the cargo from contamination. Generally, packaging is the thing which is done by the manufacturer, supplier, or sender, while the cargo lashing and securing is the thing done by driver. Now the finger point starts. Who pays $20,000? The driver says the supplier gave a naked microscope with no suitable packaging. It is not carrier's job to pack the goods, and it's supplier's fault. The supplier says it's driver's job to check the goods. CMR Article 8 says on taking over the goods, the carrier has to check the packaging. Thus, carrier must understand the suitability of transport packaging and determine for itself whether it is safe to transport such cargo, and insists liability lies on carrier. Both of them are right, both of them are wrong. In a perfect world, supplier packs it and the driver secures it. If the supplier provides a naked cargo, the driver's first move should be to report the risk. If the driver receives the cargo with no remarks, they are essentially accepting the liability for whatever happens next. But anyway, this is the long discussion and plenty of arguments from both of sides. So do they go to court? Do they spend 2 years of fighting over who was 60% negligent and who was 30%? It would take a lot of money and time, but we are smarter than that. We are not looking at fault. Sometimes it's cheaper to pay. We told the insurer, forget the truth and look at the convention. CMR Article 23, Paragraph 1. It says, when under the provision of this convention, a carrier is liable for compensation in respect of total or partial loss of goods, such compensation shall be calculated by reference to the value of the goods at the place and time at which they were accepted for carriage. Cargoes are accepted without any remarks, so it is considered the carrier accepted the cargo in a sound condition. Now we have to go to the paragraph number 3. Compensation shall not, however, exceed 8.33 units of account per kilogram of gross weight short. Then we go to the paragraph 7. The unit of account mentioned in this convention is the special drawing rights as defined by the International Monetary Fund. What you see here is the limitation of the forwarder's liability. We are aware of the damaged cargo gross weight. We know SDR, as per CMR, it is limited to 8.33 per kilogram of gross weight. Now we find the relevant currency units per SDR. In our case, it is the US dollar. For the relevant date, let's say February 2, 2026, it is 1.37. Here is the magic formula that made loss disappear. The microscope is only 150 kilograms gross. The limit 8.33 SDR. The rate on the relevant date 1.3777, etc. We multiply them and bingo! That is the maximum legal bill, $1,721 The cargo value, $20,000 claims total loss. Estimated losses according to the convention terms, $1,721 The lesson, you don't always need to play a romantic hero fighting for the perfect justice. Being pragmatic saves a lot of money if you know your SDRs. I'm your cargo damage detective and see you on the next inspection.